I can see you fuckers doing that.
It's Wayne's World. 5, 4. Where's all sound gone?
I don't know. All sound was there.
It just died.
Are you back though?
Yeah, it just magically died there and came back alive.
No.
What?
Fantastic.
Oh,
Bambi Beard's already here. Just to let
Hello,
everyone know.
Bambi.
hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the C.O.G Cast. This has gone horribly wrong already.
So, business as usual.
Yes, except it wasn't my fault. It's not my fault. As you can probably guess from the title, yeah, my child is the devil. My youngest Jackson. I may have been
R.I.P. little dude.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I currently want to yeet the little git across the garden. I'm not going to because I am a responsible parent and I would never abuse my child. But believe me, I want to right now. Not gonna lie. I kind of left... I was doing work on the computer earlier. And I got rather tired because I haven't been sleeping properly again recently, as a lot of people know. So I left my computer open. I left OBS open, I left files open, basically everything I was working on. Little bastard wanted to be daddy. So he got my headphones, he got my microphone, he got my keyboard out, and he started mashing buttons. He has... Are we back?
Still there?
There we go.
We never went.
No, it did. I heard it go in my head. I heard it go.
What didn't go for us?
Yeah, he was still talking fine for us.
I don't know what he's done. But he's
It's a ghost in the system.
He has basically...
It's Jackson's ghost.
He has deleted my audio files off of my Go XLR, so currently I am running off of a bodged together one. He has deleted at least 20 things off of my OBS. Files are missing, files have moved. OneDrive is updating everything currently. Well, let's put it this way. Currently, it's updating 4.1 gig of data, so at least he has done damage to at least 4.1 gig of data on my computer. 4.1 gig.
Want to pause that?
Oh, I have. I paused it the second I saw it was doing it because yeah.
That's all right then.
So yeah.
How did said child react once Daddy Gorrila saw what was happening? Was it a run and hide job, or was it I'm really sorry before you even spoke, or was it?
It was a case of I went to the delivery room, went, Jackson, come here. Brought him in, points to the computer. You touched Daddy's computer, didn't you? Yes. You know you're not meant to do that. And he just looked at me. So, because, yeah, I wasn't going to shout at him because there's no point. There's no point shouting at him. There just isn't. So
It doesn't change what's already happened, does it?
Yeah, it's happened.
It doesn't, and it's unfortunately where he is so young, I cannot ask him what he's done.
Yeah.
Just know it's... Yeah. Well, the problem is the backup Jaglin is my OneDrive, which is currently, or was, trying to change 4.1 gig of data. So, yeah. And yes, I have gone and looked in the trash folder for the things. They're not there. So,
does nobody use external hard drives anymore?
well, yes, but as you know... I mean, you fucking little bastard.
Oh yeah, yours is out of the case.
This
isn't
broke. This my actual backup.
Right.
broke.
This is the problem that you have. That's your backup.
Mhm.
So I am exceptionally anal about my music collection, being a DJ for so many years.
Never tell.
And it's not the only thing you're
you
anal
never
about.
know. The fact that when I turn up at my mother's, the first thing I do after I've said hello and given her a hug is go up to my old room, set up my laptop, and start backing up music onto a hard drive there. And then, after I've done that and had dinner and had a chat and catch up, we'll go to my dad's house and do exactly the same. I also have 2 hard drives hidden here, where I know where they are, in totally separate parts of the house, so if anything was to happen in any of the houses at the same time, I've still got 2 backups of my music somewhere.
Well, this is my backup, which currently has died and would send my computer into a fit.
Yes.
So, yeah, and I haven't been able to address that yet because I'm going on holiday in a little under 2 weeks. All money is being diverted there. So,
Alan, it's just, unfortunately, it is just music. There is nothing of all of interest to anybody or anything other than if you want an entire collection of most alternative artists from the past, I don't know,
yeah,
20
but the
years.
problem is you're hiding that hard drive in your old bedroom. So, yeah, that it instantly signals other things are on there as well. But we're not judging you.
Yes, you are. No. I can see your judgment in your eyes right now.
No, I have the same with my music. Yep. I've got, it's only like 120 gigs, 130 gigs of worth of music, something like that. But it's like it's on the internal drive on this PC. It's on my black external hard drive that I've got. And I think I've got a whole bunch of it spread across my OneDrive and my Google Drive.
What have we done?
Well, I wasn't running Google Drive. I run OneDrive, and yeah, it's... So my fun job tomorrow is go through and try and fix all of this. Because
It'll be fine.
Well, I've managed to fix everything for the podcast right now, because, yeah, I've just about got it all working. Yay. It only took me like 45 minutes.
You did turn off alerts.
They should be off. They should be. If they're not, you know what? I don't give a flying fuck.
No, I don't have a way to test
it. At least you know that they work at that point.
Well, I don't have a way to test it without spending money.
Yeah,
I don't want to spend money.
But I'm looking at OBS, and OBS is currently missing 20 files, including my break screen, which is a collection of all the clips of my channel. That has gone. I was planning on making a new one, but I was planning on taking the info from the old one and splicing it with newer stuff that looks better and is more what I do now. But yeah, that's getting accelerated. Just you little fucker.
If you need help sorting out a few little bits and pieces, anything involving web, because like a lot of the sources on mine is on all websites. Like I showed you my stream starting soon. It's literally just fucking JavaScript HTML file on my web space that I link off to.
Aye, and yes, Jaglan, he does just want to keep me current and happening.
By the way, current and happening hasn't been a saying since the 90s.
No.
So you may need to update that, Jaglan.
Yeah, you might want to go. You might want to go change your MySpace password.
It needs to be with them now.
Oh
my god, that's so fetch.
So happening.
Oh my god.
I haven't heard fetch in a decade.
Careful, the townies and the chavs are going to be coming out now. Jesus.
No, that's safe blood, isn't it?
No, you ain't updated it in bear time, bruv.
Oh no! Gorrila, I quit.
So do I.
Quit. No, you can't quit. It's your channel.
Oh, I can quit. I can. I can quit at any freaking point.
I can quit this. You sound like a fucking addict.
Isn't it Peng? Everything's Peng.
The Pengus Munch.
Please don't. I worked with a guy when I worked at the scaffold yard. The words "yeah," "in it," "bruv,"
yes, fam,
was said a lot. Even to the point where I went, "All right, Jacob, can you just go sort this out?" I went, "Yeah, mate, in it, bruv. I'll get it. I got it. Yeah, mate," and walked off. I was just like,
cool. And he didn't bring back what you asked him to do anyway.
Yes, would have sufficed.
I had a guy at my last job that spoke like that, and no word of a lie, everyone would throw the cut-offs of the meat that we were processing at him for talking like that. Because nope. I remember one time someone threw a gammon.
Maybe you got beef with the guy. Let's be honest.
oh yeah, we threw beef at him. We also threw gammon hocks at him as well. Although it was quite fun, we put him into the tumbler once, and basically the tumbler is a big, giant cement mixer. But it looks like big, huge barrel. It moves the meat round, blah blah blah. Softens it up.
Moves your meat round and softens it up.
The only way to clean it properly, because it's so large, is you have to climb into it, and it's a big metal drum. Yeah, we may have walked past and just gone, bong! When people did that, the noise of it was just horrendous. Just imagine sticking your head into a snare drum, and yeah, it was evil.
But because this person couldn't speak good England and used loads of innits, you decided to bully him in the workplace.
I didn't. We all did. It was a collective thing.
It was a collective bullying.
It was democracy.
It was democracy.
To be honest, it's not bullying if somebody's going to say in it and actually mean what they say.
Pretty much. Yes, no, this was a very different time when bullying in the workplace was a socially acceptable thing. Of course, you can't do that now.
You can't even send somebody for tartan paint anymore.
No.
Or skyhooks.
Or skyhooks, yeah.
Or long wait.
Yeah, you can, and we did all of those things at the scaffold yard that I worked in. Well, it's 3 years now, or 2.5 years. But yeah, then we did that to new people all the time. There's a little 15-year-old kid who turned up, and he was sent him around to the mechanic for skyhooks.
Did you send anyone to get a left-handed screwdriver?
Yeah, same kid, sent him round. He walked around quite happily for it. I can't remember what else we sent people for.
Thing is, it's not so much bullying; it's more of a rite of passage.
It is very much a rite of passage.
We stood round the front of one of the 18-tonners. I'm like, God, that ain't right, is it? I went, here, come here a sec. Yeah, don't know if you noticed this, but it's a bit fucked. Can you go around and get the mechanic because the headlight fluids run out? And just happily walked around to the mechanic to ask for headlight fluid.
Oh, but then again, some of these young ones, they need this lesson. Has anyone seen the video online of the apprentice trying to put a door handle on? And he puts it on.
Oh, yeah.
He puts
he doesn't have a clue what he's done wrong, yeah.
I mean, come on. I'm pretty sure you have dealt with door handles in your life before this point. Surely you can see that it's just no. I worry about some people, I really do.
I mean, he finished it really nicely. He put the screws in nicely, and it was fitted nice and smooth to the door. It
was nice and lined up and flush. It's just, unfortunately, the handle was across the opening for the door, so the door could never close.
I need to see this video.
Yeah,
you do.
Quite literally, you got the handle there, and you got the opening there, so it was bashing against the door frame so it couldn't physically shut.
Yeah, the handle was the wrong way around. And that's basically what it is.
And it took him about 30 to 40 seconds of looking at it to figure out what he'd done wrong.
Yeah, because I think there's no way where he's going like, yeah, it's fine though, look, it's fine, it's fitted, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Jesus wept.
Yeah, there are interesting. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking about games because, there is an awful lot to talk about with games.
Because there's so much game stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
talk about TV stuff first.
Well, no,
so we don't run out of time.
No. What we're going to talk about first is, Runny, happy birthday for the other week. How the hell was Slam Dunk?
Oh shit! Yeah, I went and hung around in the field and got very, very sunburned for a day. It was wonderful. I saw lots of bands. I caught bits of bands that I didn't think I'd get a chance to see. It was just a fantastic day out, really. Except for the getting there. The getting there was a bit of a nightmare because the email said that we had to wait up by the library for the bus. The tickets that came that morning, pretty much, had a different address on at the other end of Newcastle, and we didn't realise until about 20 minutes beforehand and attempted to run across Newcastle. Well, I'm fat and unfit, and Joe's asthmatic, and it was not a good run. So we got to about as far as the train station and just went, fuck it, we're getting the train to Leeds, which we are glad we did because the bus apparently got lost. And then tried to pull into the actual car park to be told by the car park attendants to fuck off and go to the bus car park. They then tried to pull into the artists area, in which they got told that's the same bus. Bambi got told to fuck off, and then ditched them in the town that's just nearby, so they all had to walk to Slam Dunk. Thankfully, the bus back was great and was just there waiting for us. and we got on it. And within like 10 minutes of being on it, the driver turned the lights off across the entire coach. And about 5 minutes after, every fucker on that entire bus was unconscious.
That is an
Like,
experienced
I've
bus
never
driver.
heard unified snoring so quickly.
That is an experienced bus driver that went, I do not want to listen to these little bastards. Go to sleep. Just leave me alone. I want to drive. Bop.
But no, it was really, really good. Caught the Nova Twins finally.
Oh, nice.
Saw Alexis on Fire, who was still phenomenal. Streetlight Manifesto, who were incredible. Who else did I see? Suicide Machines, The Bronx. One Electric Callboy song because they were playing at the exact fucking same time as Streetlight Manifesto.
And you're seeing Cool Boy anyway.
What's that?
You're seeing
I'm
Cool
going.
Boy
I'm
anyway. Yeah.
going to see them in September. Yeah. Punk Rock Factory were good. Apart from the first 3 songs had sound issues, and then once that was fixed, they were great. But yeah, overall, fun, sunny, drunken day.
Yeah, and you looked rather lobster-like at the end of it.
Oh, I was exceptionally lobster-like. Like, my neck was pretty much black with burn.
Yeah, you were trying to match your hair, which is very pink at the minute and very beautiful, sir.
It's pretty.
I'm very jealous because I can't have a mohawk. I can basically go monk, and that's it.
Oh.
We were watching the Summer Games Fest stream you were doing, and Leona looked at it and went, "Is his hair actually pink, or has he done that through like video editing or something?"
He's like, no, it's actually pink.
I was like, "I'm fairly certain that's actually pink."
Yes.
Aye.
I did have the dye box somewhere.
Oh,
No, it's gone.
big question here. He says, not a question. Bambi says, I thought you weren't going to be drinking. And you weren't.
The problem is when it's your birthday and you're in a festival, some of your friends tend to go to the same festival and then spot you from a mile away and then run to the bar, grab you a beverage, and then run at you with said beverage and force you to drink it. So you don't have chance to go, no, I'm not drinking.
You go, oh, thank you very much for the drink.
Yeah. I saw Monkey Thief there, who was lovely. And I'm pretty sure he said, I'll get you a drink later. And I was like, no, please.
I can't take any more.
So, yeah. By the time I got on the bus home, I was smashed.
Yes, Bambi Beard, it was BS, but of course it was. So yeah, no, thank you everyone for tuning in. Sorry we were late, but obviously when the technical issues were there, we were late because of technical issues. And yeah, I've really got to get used to my mic not picking me up properly if I turn my mouth, because it's now actually working as it should. So yeah, thank you, Jackson, for fixing my microphone, but screw you, you little bastard, for breaking everything else. So, right, what TV shows do you want to talk about? Because, yeah, there have been a few come out this week.
What has everybody been watching this week?
I have been personally watching all of the Orville. I've binge-watched all of it, including the new episodes, and I've been watching The Boys. So, but...
I love the new season of The Orville. There's a really... Okay, so...
Ask your question. Go on.
Is the Orville the one that's meant to be like Star Trek, but better than actual Star Trek?
Yes, absolutely.
It's Seth MacFarlane.
It's Star Trek-y, but it's Seth MacFarlane, so it has plenty of humour in it. It's not Family Guy humour. You haven't got idiotic jokes left, right, and centre, but you do have some quite funny moments where it goes, "Oh God, really?" Yeah,
there's stuff like, oh Christ, one of the aliens gets addicted to cigarettes at one point.
Yep.
There's another one where, in fact, same alien, is spending a lot of time in the holodeck with his fantasies. This is an entirely male species, and so all of his fantasies have other men in them. And there's some sort of virus on the ship, and it gets to a point where one of the people has to be in the holodeck fixing something on the holodeck while there's a bunch of topless aliens all trying to come onto him while he's like elbows deep in a panel trying to fix this fucking thing. So,
same alien has to sit on his egg naked, incubating it for 20 days.
Okay.
Yeah, there's to be fair, most things involving Bortus are brilliant and funny, but there are also some very like really decent, well thought out story moments involving the same character. They're not a comic relief character.
Yeah,
they're just there are funny situations involving them.
Every character can have comic relief, but he really is touching on some really good and touchy subjects as well, and doing them very
involving
tastefully.
that character. There's trans-related things involving that character and his species.
Yep.
There's like it started off with, because it was Seth MacFarlane, he pitched, I think, the same show to NBC as a Star Trek show, and they said no. They'd rather go with the Discovery style show rather than, proper Star Trek. So he pitched it to Fox, and they basically threw money at him and said, whatever, you're Seth MacFarlane, we don't care. All we ask is that it's funny. And so from the very first episode, there's a lot more comedy, but then as it goes on, the comedy comes down, and so it's not just jokes being rammed down you, as it happens occasionally, and it starts getting a lot more serious and a lot more sci-fi, and to the point where there's some really, really great storylines that would look, if you were to do a Next Generations episode with the same storylines, it wouldn't be out of place.
Not
at all.
And
in fact, there are some that go even harder than some Star Trek episodes have gone.
Yeah.
And touch on some real issues. The new series, again, it has some funny moments, but the new series in particular is actually even more of a sci-fi show with some humour, and gets incredibly serious. The first episode deals with like PTSD and suicide and how to treat outcasts and things
in a very unique character as well. It's not just a regular character, a very unique one to deal with it in, which I think they did really, really well. That was fantastic. Bunny, would it be classed as a spoiler if I say about the relationship between the captain and the first officer? Do you think that would be a spoiler? Because I mean, that comes out in like the first.
It's literally the first episode.
Yeah. Well, here you go. This sort of kind of sets the tone. Seth MacFarlane is the captain. His ex-wife is his first officer. He doesn't have a choice in that matter. So
it's basically like he walks in on her having sex with a blue dude who then squirts blue stuff all over him. That's kind of how it starts, and there's the whole storyline of like he was going to be like the next great captain, but finding his wife in bed with a random alien dude destroyed his career, because he just was like, fuck it then, I guess I'll drink. And so like their relationship fell apart because, she cheated on him, and going through the divorce and everything else kind of annihilated his career. And then he gets given the captaincy of the Orville, which isn't the flagship of the fleet. It's not
even a heavy cruiser. It's an exploration.
No, it's just a little ship that does exploring stuff.
So that they're not off dealing with the most important stuff like you do on Next Generation and everything else. No, these are just the guys that are working through their career trying to get up to the top. So
it's like Lower Decks, but live action with the captain.
A bit, but nowhere near as crass with the humour. Nowhere near.
Yeah.
I highly recommend watching it. Watch a couple of episodes and you'll instantly know if you're going to like it or not. It gets straight into it. There's no sort of, the first 4 episodes are, oh God, will you just get into this? No, they pretty much get into it, bang, straight off, and they don't really let off the pedal that much, do they?
No,
I'll add that to the list.
There was for the premiere of the first episode, they did a little event in Hollywood, and Seth MacFarlane did this speech, and he basically came straight out and went, "Thank God we're not on Fox anymore," and then just started railing hard against Fox. It was like, you'd have to fit us in between this reality TV show and that reality TV show, because all they do is cater to the lowest common denominator. So at least we're off that channel, because it's on Hulu in America now. So they've got that Disney cash. Yeah,
and I'm actually really surprised at how good of an actor Seth MacFarlane is. He's really good, actually. He has written the character, so he knows how the character should be done. It's his creation, but he does really well. He doesn't seem awkward when he shouldn't seem awkward. He does do awkward bits when he's meant to be awkward, but he just shows that he's a really good actor.
Yeah, to be fair, he's
a talented guy.
I can't think of anything else I've actually seen him in live action that's him. Because, he did the voice of Ted in Ted. Yeah. And he's done some other bits, but...
and there are some really interesting creatures. I mean, there's an amorphous blob. in there he's
Who, I don't know if you noticed, the beginning of the first episode of the new season has an RIP for Norm Macdonald.
Yep.
It's because he voices Yaphet.
Yeah. I was there for the first couple of episodes. I know that voice. Who is it? And it finally dawned on me. And fantastic voice. So, but no, I highly recommend watching the Orville. I binged it in about 2 days because it was just fantastic, and I couldn't sleep. So, but and onto something that is a lot less, a lot more lowbrow, shall we say? The Boys. We're not going to spoil anything because people haven't seen it. Some people have, and it's getting slated for being what it is.
No. It's not getting slated for that. So this happened with season 2 as well. It's getting slated because they're putting it on weekly. So because they've not gone and dumped every episode on straight away, they're downvoting it. They're giving it shit. It's being review bombed.
Well, people are also whinging because they're saying they've gone woke because you're only having male nudity so far. There is no female nudity, and they're trying to say, "Oh, you're just trying to pander to all the snowflakes." Not my words, their words. Because
I'm sorry that. And not to spoil anything, but the first scene in season 3 doesn't pander to anyone.
I haven't seen season 3, but I know it's done, and I'm happy they're doing it. But there's an event in the comics called Herogasm that is a gigantic orgy of super people, and there are dicks and tits everywhere.
Yeah, and
I know they're doing it in this season because I saw it mentioned.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
I think that's part of the problem is that you're not seeing the tits. So people are going, "Oh, you're not showing tits because you don't want to upset people. You want to be thing. Go get stuffed." I mean, one woman was complaining that she wouldn't be able to show this to her children. It's The Boys. It is not meant.
Why would you show this to your children at any point? The first fucking thing in the advert for the first series is the exploding lady as A-Train runs through her. And that's in the fucking trailer.
Oh, no. You're forgetting these are people in the United States. You're allowed to shoot people. You're allowed to cut them up. You can explode them into gigantic chunks of guts. But one little nipple, fuck it, no. Can't have children watch this. Fuck, they can watch all the ultra-violence they like, but no nipples.
Yeah, I love Bambi Beard's comment, because you've seen it, haven't you, Ranny?
Yeah,
don't sneeze. Just go watch the first episode.
Don't sneeze and don't fall asleep.
You'll know. We know the bit that we're going on about. We're not going to spoil anything because it's fantastic. Yeah. We will talk about it next time.
I'm also the comic is written by Garth Ennis. Garth Ennis is well known in the comic world for finding the level of acceptable and then going past it at an Usain Bolt pace.
Yep.
And then not stopping.
Yeah.
And they've been very faithful to that. They really have. It was a case of...
No, they have not been faithful to that.
For TV.
Anything you see in this series pales in comparison to some of the bits that are in the comics.
Oh, God, yes.
The comics goes hard
of course. Fuck. You can go further in comics than you can TV because of the FCC and everyone else.
Online streaming is not governed by the FCC.
No, which is how Preacher as well.
Yeah, but no, they're still going.
Well, that's the thing. Is the Preacher TV series is amazing.
Oh, it's wonderful. Again, it doesn't even touch the comics.
Fuck no, it doesn't get close to some of the horrific shit in that comic. But that's Garth Ennis all over, and I'm really happy that I love the comics. I love Preacher.
Yeah.
I love The Boys. They're great comics, but I'm really happy that when they got translated to TV, somebody toned down his fucking bullshit.
But the Boys is now cleared for season 4. They are making season 4.
Yeah, they've confirmed it straight away, pretty much before season 3 went live.
It was confirmed. Right.
Yep, and it's been confirmed by all the main characters, including Carl Urban, who, once again, he's just fantastic. But then again, I am a massive Carl Urban fanboy. Massive fanboy. Yeah. Love him in everything he's in. He's fantastic. I think his worst thing I've ever seen him in would actually have to be Lord of the Rings. I didn't overly like him.
Was he in Lord of the Rings?
Yes, he was.
He was Faramir.
He was.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, big, long, blonde hair, and he got kicked out of Rohan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Notable work for Garth Ennis, Preacher, The Boys, Hellblazer. I forgot he did the run on that.
Yeah.
He did a run on Punisher, and he did Hitman as well.
Yeah, and
He also did. I think it's Wildstorm. The comic name they did a series called The Authority, which is really brilliant. Was started by Warren Ellis,
Yes.
and then Garth Ennis did a little bit of a run on it. And he also wrote a comic in line with that called Kev, that was about a bloke who got, I think, kicked out of the SAS and then gets hired to kill members of the Authority. So the Authority is basically like Batman, but superpowered detective Batman who doesn't give a shit about anyone and will kick the fuck out of anyone going. Basically Superman, but literally powered by the sun and even more powerful. And so like they're just over the top as fuck people, and then this random SAS bloke tries to kill them, called Kev, and he realizes that the Batman and Superman are like knockoffs. They're in a relationship together because they're gay, and it's a whole thing in the comics that there's mention of this and stuff. Kev turns up and he's like, "Oh, you're just a pair of poofters, aren't you?" Like, this is how Garth Ennis writes it. He just doesn't give a shit. It's like, you're not meant to like this guy, and he's a fucking dickhead. The easiest way to do that is to just make him a horrible fucking homophobe. And then he tries to kill them and fails miserably.
yeah,
But yeah, this is how Garth Ennis does comics.
and yeah, it's fantastic. It really is. But there is one thing we forgot to do. Moving on.
Yeah.
We all forgot to welcome Kingsy back. He's been sat down there in the corner, really quiet, because we kicked him off.
Is he back?
He is. We kicked him off last time, and
No, I was just, it's been so quiet, I forgot he even existed.
Yes,
I
welcome
have
back.
zero comment to make about TV. I haven't watched anything except for 3 films this week. And
What 3 films?
Rurouni Kenshin. I've been watching those because they're on Netflix this week, which most people probably wouldn't know, but it stands for Wandering Kenshin. Rurouni is wandering. He's an old samurai that used to be an assassin. He puts down his sword at the end of the war and decides to fight without killing, and he has a reverse samurai, a katana, so the blade is on the back. So whenever he hits someone with a blade, it doesn't kill somebody. But it's been adapted into basically, I think it's 4 films now. One only got released this year.
Oh,
The original one was released back in 2012.
bloody hell.
Really, really good films. Surprisingly good. But I've watched them all in Japanese with the subtitles because that's how you should watch it.
Yep.
So you don't have that really horrible voiceover when you're trying to watch it. You know, you killed my dog or something like that. But it's ridiculously good. If you want to watch them in chronological order, you should watch the beginning first. Then
Really?
watch 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's a film. Basically, it follows how the actual series went back in the day, like the manga and the anime. Which is the anime came out, and then the beginning came out to show you about how he was when he was the actual assassin, before he turned good. It's a weird thing. There's a lot of politics involved in it, like Japanese politics from the old samurai era.
Before he became who he is now.
Yes, essentially. And then there's a final film at the end called The Final, which is one of the ones I haven't watched yet. I haven't watched number 3 or The Final. They're about 2.5 hours long each. They're a big sit and watch,
Nice.
but some really good action in it. I still love Saito, who's called Goro, one of the samurais in it. He's still badass as fuck. Lots of swordplay action, lots of political and just general wartime, that sort of samurai era stuff that you don't really think about until you're actually watching it at the time, and basically overthrowing Western influence on Japan when they started getting guns and things like that, and the samurai era was dying out.
Yeah.
It's a really good, and the actor's fucking phenomenal for who plays Kenshin and the main characters. The whole cast brilliant. The guy who plays Sanosuke, which I'll probably save you the image of. I actually have a picture of me cosplaying as Sanosuke from years ago, and everyone thought I was fucking Ryu from Street Fighter because he looks exactly like him. But I was Sanosuke because he has the character Wicked on his back in Japanese. But that's beside the point. They're really good action films if you like martial arts films, but with swords.
Yeah.
Go watch it. It's got a bit of gore in it. They're all 18s. So yeah, I've really enjoyed them. They've been really good fun, and it's good to be back.
Well, apparently Jaglin is saying pics or it didn't happen, so are you willing to put that picture on Discord at some point?
I'll put it on Discord later. Yeah.
Cool. There we go.
So,
And
before we move on from TV,
mhm.
has anybody seen the Sex Pistols TV show yet?
No, I have
not yet,
no. Was never a big Sex Pistols fan.
I fucking despise the Sex Pistols.
I'm gonna watch it at some point, but my list of things I need to watch is ridiculous, especially considering someone keeps pestering me to watch something.
I would push it up the list.
Okay.
I didn't want to watch it. It was very much a sort of, I've watched The Boys, I've watched Ms. Marvel's first episode, and now I've got nothing to do, and my flatmate is away on holiday, and I can't really stream anything because I've got a couple of mates coming round very shortly afterwards, and put it on and just sat there. And it's brilliant. Even the guy who plays Johnny Rotten gets the fact that he's a twat down perfectly. They all hate each other. They like genuinely hate each other. Johnny and Sid are portrayed beautifully. As are the others. To be honest, it's fascinating to watch.
My mum grew up. She was born 1967, so her teenage years were like prime punk years.
Same
and she said, like, because we're southeast, so a lot of the bands are sort of around this area. And she said that, as rumours go, it's like anybody who knew Sid knew he was a massive cunt.
It was just to put this out here now. Everyone knows this, right? But the Sex Pistols weren't a proper punk band.
They weren't. The TV series shows that. But what I failed to remember and realise while watching it is, yes, they are manufactured. Malcolm McLaren does an exceptional job of orchestrating everything. Like, he wants them to sound a certain way. He wants them to dress a certain way. Like, they had a guy playing bass for them for years. Well, I'd say for years, for 6-7 months. But he didn't want him there because this guy failed to conform to what he wanted. So everything is very much orchestrated by Malcolm McLaren, and they
he failed to conform, which is very punk.
Yeah, but
it was the whole thing of he spotted a market, and that market was teenagers who listened to The Clash and Crass and all the proper punk bands. But he was like,
he'd already done it with New York Dolls.
Yeah, and so it's a case of fuck. Well, if I manufacture like the most punk band that can be, I will capture all of the money that these kids have. And that's pretty much what happened.
And the other side of the coin is you have Johnny Rotten, who fucking hated him. Like, genuinely despised McLaren. But knew that if he left, he'd have nothing. So he stayed and played the game very, very well until he became the fucking horrible person that we see on butter adverts these days. Like, I hate the guy.
He became a fucking real estate agent.
But I genuinely can't disagree with what he's doing, having watched it in the series.
Yeah.
Well, it's somebody who spotted an opportunity for money to be made and fucking took it.
Which, in the music industry, also reminds me of this thing. Do you remember, obviously, Elvis Presley, different era.
Yeah.
His manager used to sell I Hate Elvis Presley badges to people outside so that he earned money from that as well as from the adoring fans.
Playing both sides of the thing. Yeah. And the other thing is, if you do watch it, is you've got to remember that Johnny didn't want this to be made. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, as much as horrible as he is portrayed, they're being quite nice about him. They've got an actor who looks and sounds and acts a lot like he did if you watch any of the old videos.
Yep.
But Johnny didn't want this to be released because he thought it portrayed him horribly. And 4 episodes through, they've just signed a Virgin. They've done the boat down the Thames playing God Save the Queen after they've been kicked off 2 record labels so far that have not released anything yet. And they've finally got Sid in the band. So when we're getting towards the bit where, like, it's all going to go tits up when they go to America. Sid's going to get arrested. Nancy's going to die of a heroin overdose, or whether he murdered her, I don't know.
Spoilers!
Really?
You must know that already.
Spoilers, man! Spoilers!
That's like going Kurt
He's gonna die! Oh, you! Oh, what, he's dead?
But yeah, like, we're getting to the point where it's getting really, really, really interesting now. Like it's quite nice to see how it all began, and I want to see where it all ends up. And it's been written by Steve Jones, so he was in it from the beginning. It was his band essentially, and everything got taken away from him by Malcolm as Malcolm orchestrated the whole thing.
And he's a very, very smart man.
You wouldn't think it at the time because he didn't complete school and he can't read.
Yeah, yeah, but it's it was Guitar Hero.
Street smarts are better than normal book smarts. That's what I'm saying.
I can't. It's one of the Guitar Heroes has some stuff. It was the one. I think it was the one where they put Kurt Cobain in it. But I remember there were some interviews and stuff with Steve Jones and talking about. Like, he had a little bit of him talking about his Sex Pistols time, and you could just see, like, as he's talking about bits and pieces, he's a very, very well spoken man and really knows.
Oh yeah.
Like he's very well put together. It's quite funny because he had to. He was like, "Yeah, we didn't actually have any of the masters for these songs, so I had to re-record it." Like it wasn't too bad. I mean, I did the guitar back then. He's like, I had to do all the bass, but Sid didn't play the fucking bass anyway, so I did all that. So I did all that again.
No, he really didn't, did he? So
it was really, really funny.
Well,
And the guy, he did just come across as a very, very well spoken, very smart man who knew what the fuck he was doing.
Apparently, while they were recording Nevermind the Bollocks, Sid was in hospital with septicemia.
Yeah.
And then came out and he was like, they were like, it's all recorded. And he's like, but do I get time to go in the studio? And they're like, no, it's all recorded. Just have a drink, go away.
Yep.
Best sounding bass they've ever had.
well, should we move on? As I want to insult a country. I want to insult the French. Because the French are being Frenchy again. The French Minister of Language, which basically he's there to protect the French language, is deciding that he has to get rid of a whole load of English words in the tech industry and the gaming industry again. Pretty much how they tried to do a couple of years ago. They want to try and get rid of Franglish, as they call it. Basically, English and French being combined. When he tried to get rid of the word Wi-Fi in France, you had to use the French version. Yeah, that went down like a lead balloon, and no one paid attention to it. Some of the words got replaced. But he's off on the offensive again. So, and they've got a list of gaming words that people in offices and everything else can no longer use. So, my God, why is Automod trying to...
Because it's sort of offensive.
It's not. I'm allowing that. I'm just allowing that. Good God. I'm just allowing that.
Okay, yeah, that's hilarious.
Here you go. The words that they're trying to get rid of is they're trying to get rid of early access. I'm not going to try and say the French versions of this. Cloud gaming, esports, season pass, and games as a service, amongst other things that they are trying to...
Jeux vidéo de competition.
Yes, that's the one.
Esports.
Yes.
And jeux vidéo en Noog.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, and they're going to see how this works. But apparently anyone in the government can no longer use the words early access, cloud gaming, esports, season pass, and games as a service, plus a few others.
Pro gamer
how does that affect Ubisoft?
That's what I was thinking.
He already is French.
Yeah, it's fine. Jouer animator and direct is streamer.
I know
Jouer professional.
It just rolls off the tongue,
gamer.
doesn't it?
It does really roll off the tongue. Like, let them do it.
Yeah,
do you know what I say to all this?
If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. But it's not going to stop anything because these words are already in culture. We've seen people try to stop people saying things before and stop doing it, but it will happen. Like it's either the older people stop using them and they'll stop using them in magazines and stuff. But once it comes to person like ourselves, younger than us, because we're not exactly fucking spring chickens anymore, like. They're going to use the words that they know.
And they're not going to give a shit. Fine. And then when they join a job, they're not going to be told, sorry, you can't use that anymore.
Oh, I guarantee there could be one person in the office that tells them off for it. I guarantee there's always that one
person tell them off, and then everybody else will just look and go, Dave in the corner.
The only language I know of that does something like this that I am okay with is Icelandic. Because Iceland is a very small country.
Yeah.
And the actual language itself, they have a commission in the government that when they need new words, they will invent the word they need. And they use it using root words from Icelandic. So, like, internet is not like just a bastardized, slightly jammed together word or like crammed. They genuinely find the right Icelandic roots to create something that comes up with internet or computer. But the way they handle it is like, look, this is the official Icelandic word, but we understand that we're a worldwide culture, and use whatever the fuck word you like. But if you're going to use the word computer, you say it the English word computer, not a bastardized Icelandic pronunciation of computer.
Yeah.
And so they're very...
they're going about it the right way.
Yeah, and to be fair, the way the words come together is great. I cannot remember it, but I'm pretty sure that computer chip basically translates to lightning rock.
That's probably about right, though, isn't it?
I need a new lightning rock.
We've tricked rocks into thinking with electricity, is what we've done. And they have realised that.
They're not wrong. If you boil it down to it, they're not wrong.
I think all you got to say to that entire news about France is "c'est la vie," and then that'll piss them off even more because we're using French. So,
but we're going to move on.
Should we move forward?
Let's move forward.
I want to attack Activision Blizzard. Just because
we've got so much good news today.
Yeah, but
we have to have bad news. We've got amazing news.
Yes. Are we going to talk about 88,000?
Yes, we are going to talk about 88,000.
Right, if we're going to talk 88,000, have you checked the review scores of Immortal yet on Metacritic?
No, because I avoid Metacritic. Metacritic. Yeah. I avoid it like the plague.
You will love this.
Go on then. What have they done to it? Oh, I actually want to know.
Give me 2 seconds.
Right, to give people some context, Diablo Immortal.
So Diablo Immortal has came out. It is a wonderful, wonderful mobile game made by Activision Blizzard. Yes, it's so good. You can't finish it if you don't give them money, which is quite nice for a free-to-play game. So Gorrila, How much? If I was to start my new Diablo Immortal save right now, and I wanted to, to kind of have everything ready to go in, so I didn't have to worry about it. Like you do when you buy a video game, and you spend that 40 quid, and you jump into your game.
Hold up. Answers in chat before we actually give the actual. How much do you think it would cost to upgrade a character fully
to
in
basically
Diablo?
Gear up? So I've just started Skyrim. How much would it cost monetarily to get all of your skills for max and get like some decent armor? Just straight from the off, how much would you say you would be charged for that? Because I know some. Going off Battlefield. Battlefield is what I know. They used to sell rank skips. So if you joined Battlefield 4 months down the line, instead of having to work through and grind out the assault class to top, you could pay your £3.50 or whatever. I think it was like $3.50, and you would just skip to the top of the class. Bang! You've got all the weapons unlocked and all the other shit.
Yeah, and that's absolutely fine.
So I think the grand total to do all your vehicles and all your classes in Battlefield 4 was about 25 quid.
And that is fine. I personally wouldn't pay that, but there are people that they only get an hour or so a week to game. And I'll pay £25 because I'm now at the level of my friends, and that is fine. That's not a problem. But to potentially, and that is the key here, potentially 100% level up all your armor and your character is going to cost you in the region of £88,000. And it's not even guaranteed. It may be more, because you need legendary shards that you cannot get. You physically cannot get them if you are free to play. It's impossible. There is no way in game to get them. So I'm fine with mobile games trying to drain you of money, and they're going to do that. That's just the mobile philosophy, and that's fine.
And you've got games like Genshin Impact. But I know loads of people who have played Genshin Impact, not dropped a single bit of money in it, and have a ton of fun with it.
Yeah,
I know other people who've played who've paid a little bit of money because they're having fun. What's 20 quid?
Yeah,
You pay that on a normal game.
I do the same with World of Tanks.
Just to go a little bit further into this, there was a guy streaming online, and he put, I think it was 30 grand, and he didn't get a single lightning shard from that Diablo Immortal. He didn't get a single one.
Fucking hell.
Not a single one.
Jesus Christ!
So
it's just ridiculous. It's far too much. I mean, I play World of Tanks. World of Tanks is free to play, and I've got a friend who has maxed out a whole load of tier 10 tanks, and he's not dropped a single dollar because he's Canadian on that game at all. And good for him. He's enjoyed it. I have put some money into it because I'm happy to, because they've made one hell of a game that I really enjoy. Yes, okay, here you go. Have £5, £10 just every now and again, but 88 grand. Are you freaking shitting me? That is ridiculous.
So, for a game that's going to cost you £88,000, you'd expect it to be fucking blasting
your housework
scores
for you. Yeah.
out of the fucking this is the greatest game ever made. Would anybody like to guess? We'll go first because there's only 2 reviews on or 2 scores on Metacritic at the moment.
So this is out of 100, isn't it?
This is out of 100. Would anybody like to guess? It's is it out of 100 or is it out of 10?
I think Metacritic is either 100 altogether, or it goes for 10 points.
It's out of 10, but it has decimal points.
Yeah. So we'll go first for the iOS release. Any bets?
3.
I'm going for anywhere around the mark of about 1. If it's lucky.
Ambi?
Oh.
Anyway?
I can't tell if he's frozen.
Sorry, I'm just having a look at some other bits.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Pick
So the
the
iOS release, 0.5.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Hold on.
Piece,
Is that the media review or the customer? Because I know that Metacritic
I don't
splits
know
it.
because I can't get on the page for the PC version. But, and I'll not do a guessing game here, the PC version, it's user score. The PC version has the lowest user score on Metacritic. It is on currently 0.2, and that is with 1,943 reviews.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. Bear in mind that we've discussed Metacritic and we've discussed review bombing quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are shows like The Boys that are not reaching these lows despite being reviewed bombed by people, but a video game is getting torn apart.
I do not understand this at all, because there's literally a critic who's
Open
put
Critic.
Yes.
And the average critic review
And remember, ladies and gentlemen,
63.
63,
The
yeah.
page is finally loaded for us.
remember, ladies and gentlemen, they did not want to discuss this, and now they're all looking. There you go.
Yep.
And they're all, and to be honest, I think it's only 63 because one random dude rated it 82. Every single other one I'm seeing here,
70s and 60s.
5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 4. Oh no, there's an 8.5 there.
Yeah, Xbox era, I've rated it 85.
5. And Malinin Kazani, 82. I don't know who that is. What that is. Oh, it's a review in Turkish. So there's a Turkish review that's given it 82 out of 100.
Right, shall we leave this alone, because we could descend into this hell that is that game all day.
Anyway.
And I don't want to. We've addressed the issue, because I mean, come on, just no, what? Just no.
Yeah,
I have other words.
I will say, to skip ahead a little bit, I saw the Xbox showcase Diablo 4 popped up, and I'm not a Diablo player. But that looked kind of cool.
Diablo is it's fun.
It also didn't look like World of Warcraft, which is nice.
Yeah, Diablo 2.
Because that's one of the things I didn't like about Diablo 3 when the trailers come out at first.
Oh, Diablo 3 was awful when it first came out. It just was, but it's got better. But unfortunately, it was following on from a cult hero, Diablo 2, which everyone and their mother played it pretty much and played it to death, and it was a fantastic game for the era. So, but yeah, they dropped the ball with Immortal. They dropped it, and they dropped it hard. So anyway, should we get on to good games or potentially good games? Kingsy, would you like to start the bidding on this one? Because
Depends, because I've seen one today, which is obviously my biggest hype moment.
Oh, so
that was that Minecraft Legends.
How about you go screw yourself? Minecraft can go get in the bin.
It was the bug thing, wasn't it? With the bugs fighting the bugs.
Cocoon.
I actually like that, by the way. That was actually a good looking game.
I haven't seen that.
No, everyone knows it's Silk Song. Because, hey, just the sequel to Hollow Knight, it's called Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Oh, that shit.
Playing as Hornet.
Oh, be nice, Ronnie. Let him have this.
Come on. I've been waiting so long for Eddie. But you know what's even worse about it? Alex is going to get the last laugh about it because he knows that there's no feckin' release date for it. It's the only one that you put on the page and it goes, to be determined. And I was like, but it's in the showcase.
It's within 12 months.
But
it's some side in the next 12 months.
It may not be 12 months.
We know that we have announcements that they are due to come out in the next 12 months.
Yes.
But what we've all learned over the past 2 years is those dates mean fuck all for anybody other than like everybody getting a bit of hype and getting a pre-order in or buying the Game Pass or whatever, because the moment they've reached the total of money they need by April, they'll start shifting stuff to the next year.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You said that in there. This game is going to be on Game Pass when it comes out.
Mm.
So if you've got Game Pass, you get the sequel to Hollow Knight when it comes out, which is a big thing for me anyway, because I ended up buying Hollow Knight, mainly because I wanted to mod it, but also because I've got it on 3 different versions now because I fucking love the game. But this is going to be available for anyone who's got Game Pass, and I think you'll probably all back me up on this. A lot of the games they showed today on the showcase were all Game Pass games.
Everything was, because it's
no,
Microsoft.
not everything.
Not everything was listed as Game Pass, but a lot of it was.
So Diablo 4 wasn't on Game Pass.
Yeah, because the deal hasn't gone through with that.
Once the deal completes, that'll pop onto Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Quick question:
there were a few other things they showed that were...
What was Ark coming to Game Pass? I haven't gone and looked.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay, that is coming to Game Pass. Oh god,
and it looks just as dreadful as the first one.
Oh, go away! Go away! You didn't like it. I lost my life to that game, and I apologise to anyone that watches my channel. When Ark 2 comes out,
Elder Scrolls Online update is not Game Pass.
Will you shut up, boy?
But Elder Scrolls Online is Game Pass, so they've already got you hooked. They've already got you hooked by having the base game there to then get you to buy the DLC.
Yeah, other than that, you're correct. I'm on E3 recap, and every single item is marked Xbox Game Pass.
But it wasn't E3.
That does actually include Diablo 4.
Yeah, and it genuinely wouldn't surprise me if the DLC expansion for Elder Scrolls goes on to Game Pass as well, the same way Destiny did.
It won't. The updates lag behind on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I think you can get the first two.
Now they do.
I think. Well, that's the thing is. The Bethesda purchase was done. That was done last year.
Yeah, but there's still licensing and other stuff they've got to get out the way first.
It works like EA Play. I bought Battlefield on launch. I bought Mass Effect on launch. I buy quite a few EA games on launch, knowing that 9 to 12 months later they're gonna be on EA Play. And ESO works a lot of the same way in that you can buy the expansion on release day to have it, but this is also why ESO is on Game Pass anyway, is so that you can spend the extra money paying for the expansions.
Yeah.
It's like Forza Horizon 5. I didn't pay for Horizon 5, but I did pay.
Though.
I did pay for the upgrade pack that gave me VIP and the expansions. And that is where they're making their money on games on Game Pass. And I think it's the same with ESO, is that they're releasing these expansions because they know if you're playing ESO through Game Pass, there's quite a high likelihood you're going to want to keep playing, and therefore, I've got to buy the expansion.
I mean, we could keep talking about ESO for ages, but honestly, it's the Elder Scrolls and everyone talks about it forever anyway, so let's just move on from that. But the main point is, it's Game Pass, everything's on Game Pass, and Xbox and Microsoft in general have completely blown any other console out the water at the moment by basically announcing, here you go, here's all these amazing games that cater to lots of different things, including Hollow Knight Silksong, which is the best one of the lot, because I can put that in. But it's a game service for you. You pay your $10.99 a month, you get all these games.
So surprising was the Epic, not Epic, Riot game stuff.
Yeah,
League of Legends with all champions unlocked. League of Legends Wild Rift with all champions unlocked. Valorant with all agents unlocked. Legends of Runeterra with Foundation set unlocked. And Teamfight Tactics with various things already unlocked. Hasn't quite gone into as much detail with that.
Yeah,
that's fucking mental. Because if you think Riot have spent years making all their money through selling these heroes, and now, like, whatever madness Microsoft's cooked up to get them to go onto their service. Not only that, but we'll buy. It's
because they get paid in game time. On the thing about Game Pass is you can either take a big lump sum to have your game on the service for X amount of time, or their second model is you get paid for game time.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what they've done, is they've done a pay for game time. And so if you boot up League of Legends through the Xbox app, they're getting paid for that.
Yeah.
You boot up Valorant through the Xbox app, they're getting paid for that.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. That's what happened with Ark.
There's going to be a lot of people who swap onto the Xbox app, because it will very likely be that if I want to play Valorant through Steam, I don't get all that shit unlocked. I still have to pay for them motherfuckers. Hop on the Xbox app, I have everything on Valorant.
Yeah, and that was the thing that they did with Ark. Because when they were bringing Ark on there, I knew the lady that was in charge of it. I used to actually play Ark with her, and she was basically head of relations for Ark to Xbox. So it was very nice. I knew when everything was coming in. I knew when there were updates to fix the little glitches and patches that we used to exploit massively. In which case, right, this is coming in. You might want to sort that out. Because, okay, thank you very much. She's now moved on. She's working for Twitch. And yeah, it's a brilliant business model. And it's a no-brainer to get Game Pass. I mean, I've got so many games that I've wanted that have come on Game Pass. And it's got to the point now where I look at a new game, and it's a case of, do I really want to buy that, or do I want to wait and see if it comes out on Game Pass? It's like I was umming and ahhing about Aliens, the last Aliens game. And it's a case of, is that going to come on Game Pass? And lo and behold, 2-3 months later, bang, it's on Game Pass. Okay, I'm glad I did not go and spend 30, 40, 60 quid on whatever it is, because I've got it on Game Pass. And
Trying to think of games I've actually paid for in the last year. I bought Battlefield. I bought Mass Effect.
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
No, I've actually been playing I've been playing it in literally the last couple of days, because it's got the update to version 1.
So, sorry, update version 1. How many months did that take to come out? How many months did it take?
Oh, yeah, no, it's bullshit how long it's taken. And the Season 1 pass has kicked in, which I've literally been playing it for 2 nights, and I'm already, like, rank 14 on the pass. It's silly easy to earn rank points, because there's weekly challenges that earn you little chips towards your rank ups, which is quite cool. If you've played Halo Infinite and how their rank system works on their season pass, it's you complete challenges to earn XP towards unlocks.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. Like, but the challenges are like, do 2,000 damage to enemies, ride 2 kilometers in a helicopter. But there's also one that's just like, you get a rank every 3,000 XP. And you can get, I don't know, 15,000 XP in a game, and that's half a rank, just straight through that. So the ranking is pretty fast. The season pass is full of all the regular shit you'd expect.
Yep.
The new operator is hilarious. She's got a shoulder-mounted TV missile, which is frightening when you're in a helicopter and you just see this fucking rocket tracking you. There's the new stealth helicopters are pretty brilliant. They're a lot of fun to fly. It's a decent game now. It should have released now.
Yeah.
Not last year. It should have released fucking now.
And that's the problem with a lot of games nowadays. They really should release later.
Yeah.
But they
they fucked that up hard. But it's like I paid for that on launch. That's probably going to be my guess. Is it's going to hit Game Pass in 12 weeks' time when Season 2 starts.
Yeah, and if you want to see Bunny playing any of this and crashing a helicopter into a helicopter accidentally...
That was intentional. I meant to do that.
Did you really?
I did, because I was like, the dude's hovering, I'm in a helicopter, fuck it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly over the top and tail tap him. And in most other games, Battlefield games, if you go slow enough and do a little tail tap, what happens is, you flip the other fucking helicopter and they're fucked. And then you flip, and you might get it back because you're expecting it. It's fine, you'll fly off. In this, instead, I went, that's right, I'll give him a fucking tail tap. Bang! We both exploded. And I'm fine. I achieved what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to kill the other guy. It just cost me my helicopter.
What, did you mean to come face to face with a tank in a car when you were coming out
out of
the garage?
No, there was, on the new map, there's these huge elevators that fit vehicles. And so I was like, oh, fucking excellent. Drove in there in this like fully electric pickup because I was like, oh, I'll just drive this through the tunnel, go to a checkpoint, and it comes down. The fucking lift door turns up and there's a tank. I'm like, oh wait, no, dead.
Quite literally, you were looking around in the car. You were looking around in the car, going, "This actually looks really nice," and everything else. The elevator door opens up, and just this tank comes around the corner, and it goes, "Oh fuck!" It was beautiful. If you want to see them, you can either see the clips on the Discord, or you can go and follow Bunny.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It feels like Battlefield now.
Yeah.
At launch, it felt like a really rough game. And it did feel a bit like Battlefield, but I've been having all sorts of mad moments like this. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's going to be on Game Pass in 12 weeks when this season ends, almost certainly. And so yeah, I bought that. And I think the only game I'm actually paying for this year is Modern Warfare 2. Because it's not going to be on Game Pass.
There you go,
Stuff.
Runny, go on. I know. You warned me you were going to do this. Off you go. He's mentioned Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, I get to hear the I haven't actually played a Call of Duty, but here's my opinion.
I have actually played lots of Call of Duties. Many years of playing Call of Duties. My problem with it is it hasn't changed since fucking COD 4. The graphics, right, you're a Call of Duty fan, right? Yes. Can you explain why people were getting hyped over the fucking tedious trailer that I saw at Game Fest? The one that the textures looked horrendous. The boat went like that, and the water still poured over this side just as quickly as it had when it was like that.
Yeah,
it was fucking terrible.
Here's the thing, is I stopped playing at Modern Warfare 3. I played the shit out of Black Ops. I stopped playing at Modern Warfare 3. I didn't play a Battlefield a Call of Duty for ages because I basically moved on to Battlefield. And I played some of the betas, like I played the Black Ops 3 beta. I thought, played the Black Ops 4 beta again. It was like, it's Call of Duty, kind of shit. But then at the time, I had a friend who had set his Xbox, my Xbox, to his home Xbox, and he bought the Modern Warfare remake, and holy shit, I booted it up because I thought, fuck it, it's a new Call of Duty, it's worth having a go, and it blew me away. It was so different to the old Call of Duties. Like, it feels different, it plays different, the gunsmith is amazing. It's exactly what I'd want out of customizing my weapons in a Call of Duty. It played brilliantly. I had so much fun with it. And then Cold War came out, and I played Cold War, and I was like, man, this is old Call of Duty. I played it for a little while, and Russ as well. We played Cold War online, and I couldn't fucking take it. It just felt like old Call of Duty with the same old fucking problems and the same old bullshit, and I dropped it so fast. I just could not be fucked at all to play it.
It was terrible. But yeah,
Vanguard was better because it's on the newer engine, but Vanguard still feels like old Call of Duty.
I just have no interest in it anymore. Like,
that was the thing. It
had my interest, and then they ruined it. And then they brought out Warzone, which again got my interest. Like, straight away, wicked. Call of Duty, I don't have to pay for it. I get to play a game that I used to love. And I jumped in, and I was like, it's not the game itself there that's broken, although it is quite broken, and there are hundreds of fucking cheaters on it. But any game in this day and age that has a monthly patch should not be forcing you to re-download another 100 fucking gigs every single time you install it.
I hope to fuck they fix that with the update to the engine they've had, because it's unreal. I think to install everything currently, if I wanted to have Modern Warfare 2019 with the campaign, the multiplayer, and the co-op all installed, it's about 190 or 200 gigs. Something like that.
Did they fix the thing?
It's fucking mad. And every time you had an update, because it was essentially updating the entire Verdansk map, it was like a fucking 40 or 50 gig update. It was mad.
Did they fix the thing where if you went out and you'd bought Modern Warfare, that if you wanted to play Warzone, you had to have Modern Warfare installed? And because my flatmate at the time just wanted to play Warzone and couldn't because it wouldn't let it just install that.
That got fixed. That got fixed really quickly. And actually, what it is now is if you download the Modern Warfare 2019 client, what you get is Warzone. You don't get any of the Modern Warfare campaign. You don't get any of the multiplayer. You don't get anything else. It is just Warzone.
Yeah.
So if I just wanted, and I've already looked into this because I love the campaign, and the Modern Warfare 2019 campaign is really good. If I want to play that campaign, I have to download the 60 gigabytes of Warzone because that you cannot avoid that any longer. Then I have to download, I think it's a 20 gig patch for a 20 gig pack for the single player, and then another 10 gig pack that covers the co-op and single player. So it just gets dumb with how much shit needs to be done.
I'm going to cover this really quickly. Call of Duty released a new trailer. There's not really a lot going on about it. It's probably going to be okay. But let's be honest, I fixed my version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone by deleting it off my computer, and it's gone forever. Thank fuck that's gone. So I'm going to move on from Call of Duty from this point.
I am... oh, man. It's you can just about see behind me. There's a helmet. There's a bag. I've got a pistol case at my feet, and I've got some like rifles in a bag behind me. This is all my airsoft gear. I am a gun nerd, big gun nerd. I love guns for lots of reasons. The killing people part is not the bit I like, in real life at least. But I'm a big gun nerd about lots of things relating to them. And Modern Warfare 2019 absolutely scratched that itch of, oh fuck man, I can get an M4 and I can stick a long barrel on it and this stock on it and this kind of scope on it, and that bit as well just absolutely spoke to the inner gun nerd, and I'm looking forward to more of that.
Cool.
That'd be good.
Right.
So moving on from Call of Duty.
Yes.
Microsoft's other big acquisitions. Persona 3, 4, and 5, all special editions, all coming to Game Pass.
The 3 one's weird because it's the portable one. It's not original Persona 3. It's the portable version.
So the same with Persona 4 though.
Yeah.
So Persona 4 was a Golden was a Vita exclusive until it came out on PC a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So Persona 3 was PS2 or I'm guessing PS2.
PS3, yeah, and the PS2 should I say. Persona 3 was PS2, yeah.
And then Persona 3P was...
It was on the PSP, because that's what I played it on.
Yeah. And Royale was just, we're going to bring this out on the same console we brought out Persona 4 and 5 and upset you all by not letting you transfer your saves over.
Save data, yeah.
Bastards.
I've got a completed save game there for that, and I'm on my second playthrough on my PS4, which isn't going to help me because it's on PC now. But even if I had Persona 5 Royal on my PlayStation, you could literally put it in, and you'd be like, that's fine, I've completed the game, I can just keep all the equipment I've got and just blitz through this game really quick with all the extra features. But guess what?
You can't.
Oh, well.
No, not all well.
It's not all well.
So I bought Persona 4, no, Persona 5 when it came out, and I had a collector's edition. My mate really wanted a collector's edition, couldn't get a hold of it.
It's right there.
So I offered him it, saying, I will finish this as quickly as possible, and you can have it. And he gave me the cash straight up. It was wonderful. Very, very good deal. Except that Persona 5 just keeps going and going and going. And after like 2 weeks, I'd finally reached 100 hours on it, and it took me 150 hours to beat the game.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Persona games. I didn't finish Persona 3 Portable. I think I was 60 hours in, maybe, and I was just like, I'm enjoying this a lot, but I'm spending a crazy amount of time on my portable device that's meant to be for quick gaming. I should not be spending insane amounts of time on my fucking handheld.
Persona 4 was the same. I got golden on the Vita and just sat there at my girlfriend's house at the time, just like playing away, and she'd be like, "You alright?" And I'm like, "Yeah. I need to get them into school on time, and I need to talk to these people, and we need to sort out the dating." And she's like, "What the fuck are you playing?" I'm like, "It's a dungeon crawler." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, you do dungeon fights, and that's it. And she's like, "Why do you keep talking about school and holidays and relationships?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's happening too."
Well, there's been a couple more games that have come out as well. We got trailers for them, and we actually have a few videos for you to see, because there's a couple of them I want to talk about. So let's change screen. Going to work. Nope, I'm going to have to manually press it because...
Is this one of the ones I told you about?
It's one of the ones you told me about, yeah. Morbid Metal, which, is being developed by a single guy called Felix and published by him. He's been working on it for a while, and it just looks really, really good. It's a dark I'm reading from the website here. Morbid Metal is a dark sci-fi third-person action roguelite created by one person, Felix Schrader. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name there, Felix. I do apologise. Where players can shapeshift into unique characters, unleash powerful combos, and slaughter their enemies. I don't think we've got a release date for it yet, but from this trailer, it intrigues me. It really does.
It's very pretty, but it includes one or maybe two words that I really dislike these days.
Yeah,
that's roguelike. I'm bored of randomly generated levels. Like I want cohesive story that I can follow from A to Z without having to jump through the other letters.
I get that. I do get that. But seeing as it's being developed by one guy, I'm going to give it all the love and attention that I can.
If it plays well, then it plays well.
I did catch that I think it was this one where they said that he's got a bunch of help now. I can only assume that's QA. Yeah. It's like the development is basically done, and rather than QAing it on his own, his publisher has been kind enough to let him basically contract a bunch of QA to help fix it.
Oh, he's publishing it.
Oh, is it him? Well, either way, he's contracting a bunch of QA.
Yeah, he is.
But I think that's all it is. Is basically he's done the development. It's now in beta.
It's just bug fixing.
Yeah,
QA.
It's feature complete. He just needs to do a shitload of QA, which will be what the help is.
Yeah, no, he is. He's built it and he is publishing it according to Steam at the moment. So, because you can add it to your wishlist on Steam, which I have because I want to keep an eye on it. Yes, you can add it to your wishlist on Steam.
Already added it on my wishlist.
Yeah, and it does.
Adding it now.
It does really intrigue me because some of the games that we've had that have been created by one person, Stardew Valley, that was a fantastic game. Obviously, not as ambitious as this visually, but that was fantastic.
Hollow Knight was 3 people.
Exactly.
It was 3 people, yeah. But Morbid Metal is like, I don't know if it's like 4 different characters, isn't it? It's 4 different types of fighters in that game. So when you saw it switching between the 4 different types of like machine warrior, there's 4 different ones with different abilities as well. It looks ridiculously fun just to button mash your way through hacking, slashing enemies. Think like Devil May Cry sort of style, but with robots.
And I loved the movement in Devil May Cry. I loved it. It made you feel like a total fucking badass. Just going, you know what? You're dead. Oh, you're 300 miles away over there. You're dead. And then you just zoomed around. Devil May Cry games kept me very, very entertained. They were very silly, but I enjoyed playing them.
I like the look of the main character.
Yeah.
I think they're all sort of like a split main character sort of thing. So each one's like a katana wielder, one's got like a long.
Oh yeah, I've just
Yeah.
realised it's 3 different people.
It's.
I think
there's four
there's
altogether.
4 in total. I think there's 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one to keep an eye on. So I like how it's not getting overhyped at the minute as well, like a lot of indie games do nowadays. It's just they're not overhyping it. Just, here you go. This is what I'm trying to make. They're not doing the No Man's Sky of this is going to be the greatest thing you've ever played, and I'm going to give you everything else.
That was one person's fault throughout.
It was.
Had a Peter Molyneux complex.
It was.
He didn't know how to say no.
And yep, he apologised profusely for it, and he got caught up in everything, and it's easy to do. So, but yeah, it's one to keep an eye on. Another one that is coming, which I really like the look of. Metal Hellsinger. I've been playing the demo.
Ooh.
Right, careful with the soundtrack for this.
Yes.
There is no audio on here. I'm not that silly. The audio is us.
Sure.
The audio is us. Yeah, because this is going to be an interesting one to stream if anyone wants to stream it.
You're not going to be able to stream this unless the music is made licensable.
Yeah, because they've...
Which I'm not saying it won't be. I'm just saying that a lot of bands nowadays are working a lot with Twitch to try and get this sort of music okay.
Yeah, I think as well was that the word is that all the songs are custom made for the game.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then because it's part of the game's soundtrack, normally they can be streamed.
Yeah,
it's not always the case because Refused did songs for Cyberpunk and they couldn't use that. So
yeah, it depends how the licensing is done and how the contracting is done. Because I know Forza Horizon 5, for instance, has a streaming mode on the radio.
Yeah.
Which turns all of the normal stations off, and all you get on the stream, all you get on the radio are the songs that are exclusive to Horizon 5.
Yeah.
Which is like all of Hospital Radio, all the drum and bass stuff was written for the game and licensed for the game.
Yeah, which does make sense.
A couple of tracks on some of the other radio stations, so it's not all drum and bass. You get a couple of other bits. There's a couple of rock songs and things, and a couple of the songs from the actual soundtrack as well that play through, and they've made sure that that's all stream safe.
Yeah.
If they haven't made this stream safe, I will be quite surprised. Because why the fuck would you make a game like this and not let people have the ability to fucking stream it?
Yeah, and
in today's environment, that's really fucking dumb.
Yeah, and it's a game that you're gonna want to stream it. People are gonna want to see it because it's
also
it's
what a fucking set of names.
Oh yeah, they've gone all out.
Yeah.
But basically, what Metal Hellsinger is, it's a rhythm-based FPS, very much in the style of Doom. But the thing is, you can, but you don't want to button mash at all. You've obviously got the soundtrack behind it, and you need to swing or shoot at the right point to get the most amount of damage.
It's a rhythm game.
Yeah, it is
rhythm action shooter.
Yeah, and it's good so far. The demo's a little bit problematic, but then again, it's a demo, and I'm not the most skilled with rhythm games, let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
and
Jaglin's got it. It's like BPM, which was a very similar type
that's the
thing.
one I was looking for.
Yeah, there you go, Jaglin. Hit the nail on the head perfectly. But yeah, they've got some amazing names in there, so it's going to be good. And yeah, I've really enjoyed playing the demo so far. I've played it for about 80 odd minutes, and I've beaten it twice. So, but yeah,
I'm intrigued. And I don't know if I'll buy it, but I'm definitely intrigued.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah,
it's best way I'll say.
I think I will be getting it. And it looks very pretty, and it plays very much like Doom. Very much.
It needs to have a nicer learning curve than BPM does, because BPM is very much a roguelike and very much wants to fucking punish you like a roguelike would.
Yeah, it had a nice trial mode, tutorial mode, and yeah, it taught you fairly well, and it took me about 10 minutes to really get into, not just seeing, okay, there's my opening to take my shot, oh, yeah, no, okay, I've got to I've got to hold off. I may have an opening to shoot, but I'm not in time with the rhythm. So it's going to not serve me any purpose. I'm going to do 100 damage rather than 800 damage. So, and yeah, it was really good. I did enjoy it.
I'm hoping for a blast beat level where it's just like machine gun constantly.
I can imagine there is. Now, Kingsy, you brought my attention to this one. I have no idea how this is not going to get done by Nintendo.
Is this Power World?
It is. I am loving the look of Power World, but I mean, come on, just look at that. How are they not going to get done by Nintendo?
So here's the funny thing. Did you know who the director is that's actually created this game?
No.
It's the same one who did Sword and Shield.
Ah.
So
to be fair as well, I know that they're, well, I say somewhat similar. I know that they're basically like Poundland Pokemon. A lot of them.
Yeah, but they look so
the whole monster,
you can't shove your Pokemon into a rocket launcher and fire it or something, can you?
Like monsters in a world and you can go catch them thing has been done by other companies.
Yeah.
And the actual setup of that as a high concept cannot be copyrighted, trademarked, or whatever. It's just that Pokemon are the only people who continue to do it.
Yeah.
Nobody else has really done a Pokemon type game that has actually been any good.
Because they don't want to
and
take
it has the brand. You're buying a Pokemon game.
Sorry, what was that, Russ?
Because they don't want to take on Nintendo. No one does, because Nintendo will slap you with a DMCA so fast and a cease and desist. They will just bitch slap you with it.
Nintendo only really do that, though, if you are remaking one of their games without their say-so.
Oh, no, Nintendo protect their property like it's
yes,
gold.
Their property is
their property. Pokemon isn't a Nintendo property. Nintendo have the license to release it. What it is it's a different company that own the actual property for Pokemon. It's
Niantic. No, it's not Niantic.
I doubt they're going to take this line down.
It is it's the Pokemon company.
Game Freak.
Yeah, the Pokemon company.
Game Freak.
The Pokemon company own Game Freak.
Yeah.
Nintendo have a large share in ownership of the Pokemon company.
There you go. There's the rocket launcher, which I think is just fantastic.
Which is why they got their Pokemon Go game out with Niantic a long time before Nintendo had any involvement in anything. I'm going to sneeze.
Well, bless you. Jaglin, is it randomly generated or is it a story? I'm guessing you're on about Hellsinger. It's a story.
Hellsinger.
It is a story, and the lead character is female, which I really like because you don't often see in games demonic female lead characters. You really don't. It's always men or male demons, which, it's a nice little touch. That's one thing that my daughter brought up, and it's a case of, okay, because, of course, she's a lot younger than me. She's in her 20s, and they look at that a lot more than, say, our age group does. So, and it's good that they're doing that. But yeah, Power World, because all these things are called pals, it looks like Pokemon with guns. And
it's more than just that, though. I looked into it a bit more, and there's two different sides to it. So you've got this whole, okay, you can go out and shoot stuff. You can attack the actual pals themselves and then try and bring them under control, ones that are really big.
Yep.
There's also a crafting side of it. So there is a peaceful side of it as well, where you can make your own little village and you can make improvements to it as well. So there's that side, because it says it in the actual description that you can take it easy and enjoy yourself with your pals, which is, a phrase you can throw out there.
Yep.
Or you can... There's poachers in the game, which is what the main part of the story looks like it's going to be about, where you see all those guys dressed in the hoods and the goggles and stuff. They're poachers of the actual pals, so you're trying to stop them.
You can put them to work as well. It even says you can eat them, but all these activities are illegal, but they're completely giving you the choice of, from what I can see, of how you want to play the game. Completely. If you want to play it like a sadistic git that puts all these pals to work in the mines and everything else, you go for it. You want to cook them up over a campfire, you go for it. You want to make them fight, go for it. So it's certainly intrigued me, because I've always loved my Pokemon, and it's a very bright and colourful game, which is always good, in my opinion.
Yes.
So, it's one I'm going to keep an eye on. Most definitely.
And also, you can already wishlist that as well on Steam and add it to your wishlist.
Yep, already have. So that was the list of the games that I've sort of seen that have really intrigued me, because I haven't watched the Xbox one yet today. Because I was busy sleeping.
Oh, yeah,
so I'm passing over to you lot. I am intrigued. I am intrigued by Ark 2.
Skip back a bit from the Xbox to the Summer Games Fest.
Yeah. Well, hang on 2 secs. I am really intrigued by Ark 2 because I know you don't like it, Ronnie. And yeah, Ark you either love or you hate. I'm not sure how I feel about Vin Diesel being the main character. I really don't, because it doesn't.
It's about family.
Of course it is, and I'm sure he's going to do an insane stunt on a pterodactyl that's just insane.
T-Rex.
Yeah. So
armed to the teeth.
Pretty much. But yeah, it is a game that I will play because I got into Ark, and best £15 I ever spent. I bought it on sale, and I have easily got over 600 hours out of that 15 quid. And yeah, okay, a lot of it was doing the same mundane things over and over again, but I really enjoyed playing with my friends. We were just there building things and doing dumb shit. The amount of times we had to rebuild our base because someone knocked someone out. So someone then went and got a crossbow. Then someone went and got a flamethrower. And then a rocket launcher. And next thing we know, it's a case of, yeah, we've got to completely rebuild our base because we've blown the fucking thing up in about 20 minutes of just, yeah, because, oh, great. It often stopped when we would accidentally kill one of our dinosaurs because, yeah, it took a rocket to the face and the guy said, no! Oh, okay, yeah, this is getting out of hand now, guys. But it was fun, and I will play the shit out of it on stream when it comes out. So anyone that doesn't like Ark, I'm very sorry for that right now. But yeah, go on, buddy.
What I will say just before Bunny skips us back to Games Fest is Connor had asked us earlier to give him a highlights list of anything at the Xbox conference. Watch the entire fucking thing.
Whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
What they did is they basically went, okay, so every game revealed, bar one, which even wasn't really revealed anyway, is in the next 12 months. And it was just gameplay block. Little bit that says exclusive console or day one Game Pass, and then gameplay block. Like there's basically very little bits in the middle. It was just games.
It was a no nonsense reveal.
Yeah,
it was all the awesome stuff we got.
Was there anything on Fable?
Shown in an hour and a half.
Was there anything on Fable, or have we still not heard anything about that?
We've not heard anything.
Okay,
nothing
right,
yet.
yeah, because I know
nothing yet, which makes sense because it's not meant to be coming out till late next year, or early 2020.
Development hell at the moment as well.
Yeah,
I'm reading.
Last I heard is it's late next year, early 24.
Yeah, it's because it got announced originally in 2020, and they've come under fire recently because people are worried that they're scaling the game back in scope, which means it's going to be smaller. And actually, the lead developer has come out to say, yes, we are tinkering with it.
Back in 1 second.
Scaling it back in scope doesn't mean the game is getting smaller. It's just part of the process of things get cut and streamlined, blah blah blah. Ronnie, you know this. You work in the games industry. It's part of the normal process, is what they're trying to pass it off as. But we haven't seen too much. And Bunny, you need to turn your mic off when you leave.
He can't hear you yet.
Sorry, 1 second.
Turn the mic off. There we go. Excellent. So, but yeah, no, I was just wondering if there had been anything on Fable, but I didn't expect there to be, so...
Sorry, I had to mute myself while I told Leona why we're half an hour late, and I had to just let her in the house.
Oh, sorry, darling. That's my child's fault.
Summer Games Fest, just so we can get this all wrapped up.
Yeah, so Kalista Protocol looks amazing. I haven't actually... That is the first I've heard of that game. I'm normally in touch with a lot of games news, and somehow I've completely fucking missed this. And it came out, and they're like, "Oh, it's the dude who made Dead Space," and then they showed the game, and it's Dead Space. But it's not Dead Space, made by the people who made Dead Space to go against Dead Space that's not made by the people who made Dead Space.
Yeah, I have seen that. Ronnie, you are ghosting.
Yeah, that'll happen because I've got no bulb in here at the minute. So, and you decided that we were going very late this week.
I didn't decide shit. My child did. I do
I
apologize.
thought he was going to be.
Not just that, but we have moved this back an hour each week. We started it a lot earlier than this the first time we did it.
No, we didn't. We started at 8.
We started
at
We
7.
started at 8.
We started at 7
No, we
because
didn't.
I had to kick Declan out the house at 7.
No, we didn't. We started at
We
8.
did.
We started
We
at 8.
did.
We started at 8.
Did.
We started at 8.
Anyway. So yeah, Kalista Protocol looks amazing. And
Me
I
too.
can't wait for that one. I will play the shit out of that.
Yeah, it did. I think I did
What
see
else is
that.
there?
I
So
saw
I've got
that.
E3 recap up. Blah blah blah. Fall Guys out soon. That'll be cool on Xbox.
Yep. Fall Guys is
Just
fantastic.
saying, there's also that Party Animals game.
Yes, that looks fun. There was the thing where they had the beach backdrop, and he's like, now we've got a update trailer on a sequel that everyone's been waiting for.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's the opens up similar to the Dead Island 2 trailer, and instead it's goats. Because it's
No.
Goat Simulator 3.
Yes.
And if anybody wants to know what happened to Goat Simulator 2, they're
Goat
probably going to try and
Simulator
find
MMO.
it. You'll probably find it in Goat Simulator 3, is my guess.
No, it's Goat Simulator MMO. That was the one that they brought out between.
Oh, I assumed that they had that was a side game.
No,
And,
that was the official Goat Simulator 2.
Ah, I see. Either way, Goat Simulator 3, I actually showed it to Ted. I went, Ted, you need to see this. This is amazing. And he was like, oh, there's a man running. I was like, oh, there's a goat? And then he just started laughing because goats.
There's goats.
Yeah.
It's the
And then
Dead
I said-
Island 2 trailer, isn't it? No, yeah.
Yes,
it's
yeah,
a
it is.
complete
It looks
mock.
like it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a complete mock of that because the original Goat Simulator did a mock version of the Dead Island 1 trailer.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
I saw them side by side, and yeah, there's very minimal difference. Very minimal.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Therefore, one's definitely going to come out.
What else was there? Oh, the Ninja Turtles game. With
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
was it 7-player or 8-player co-op?
Six player.
6-player co-op going
Six
straight
player
on the
co-op.
Game Pass when it comes out.
Yeah,
Which is
so
why
that can be a
COG.
stream.
We should definitely do that all together and rope in maybe a couple of extras as well and have 6 of us playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
Bagsy,
Absolutely.
Michelangelo. There we go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you want to be Mikey? You be Mikey.
Of course.
I was always
He's
partial.
the idiot.
I was always
Yeah,
partial
and then there
to
was some
Donatello.
other games. Oh yeah, and then there was the remake of Last of Us that looks really good.
Yeah, it looks
Um,
beautiful.
Yeah,
But I don't
I've,
think it's $70 beautiful.
I've
No.
got the remaster on the PS4, and I've played about a third of it. I think I need to go and actually play it in full at some point. But I turn on the PS4, I'll play it for like a week, and then I forget that I have it, because I'm playing other things. Because I have nothing else on it. I've got Last of Us, The Last Guardian, and the Uncharted collection, which I played through at one point. So I need to get Spider-Man.
You do. It's
I
very,
really
very
do.
good.
And
You
then
get that
Ted,
for the PC soon.
Ted wants me to play Spider-Man. I'll
Did
play
you-
Spider-Man for him.
What was your opinion on We'll talk about the trailer first before the glimpse of gameplay. Because Gorrila, have you seen the Aliens trailer?
I've seen a little.
Did you see the gameplay that came afterwards?
I did not.
It's top down.
Yeah, it's a isometric top-down shooter, like what the fuck is the name of that cyberpunk game that came out recently? The Descent.
Yeah,
Yeah, same style.
I was
Interesting. I will go and have a
very
look at that.
disappointed the moment I saw that.
I'm intrigued, but I'll go have a look at it. The problem is doing an Aliens game is difficult. It really is. I mean, I loved Alien vs Predator game. Playing the Marines sucked. I was no good as a Predator. I'm never any good as a Predator. Alien, yeah, that's my jam. I am going to run around like a lunatic and attack you from a vent and just, you die. And loved that game, and I wish more people would play it. But other than that, obviously you got Alien Isolation, but that was just amazing. And what was the RTS Alien game? It was out on the original Xbox. I can't remember the name of it. That was
Which one you
fantastic.
mean as well?
Yeah, that is a fantastic game that you cannot get on PC, which really, really annoys me. So it was.
Was that Alien vs Predator Extinction.
That's it. That's the one. Yes, and that was a brilliant RTS, where you were the aliens, and just that was fantastic. But other than that, aliens games are really difficult to do, to get them right. I mean, look at Colonial Marines, and yes, I know Colonial Marines' main issue was that the money got stolen from it, and also there was one bit of coding that was wrong.
That's a special case of fucked up.
That had two major problems, and it ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. And unfortunately, it really did taint the Alien franchise game-wise.
By the way, do you know this just talking about what you call Randy Pitchford's company?
Yeah.
Do you know they're not owned by Randy anymore? They're owned by that.
No, it's Embracer.
Yeah, I only found this out the other day. Like Embracer own pretty much like half the gaming industry.
Embracer bought Gearbox. Randy made out like a fucking bandit.
Of course.
But what he actually did is he made out like a fucking bandit, and then he's taken an executive position in Embracer. So he now works in Embracer. Or there's a parent company to Gearbox that Embracer own.
Yeah.
Like he's still involved. He's no longer involved at Gearbox itself. He's been promoted out of Gearbox with a golden parachute on the way out.
Yeah, basically get out of here. You're tainting this company. Please go away and be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when you said isometric shooter sort of thing, you also made me think about another game that was on there, which was called the Midnight Fight Express, which popped up in the Summer Games Fest, because that was, I remember watching it at the time, and you were doing it on your stream, weren't you, Ronnie? It's the Midnight Fight Express. You said it's got like Hotline Miami sort of vibes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's like an isometric sort of style shooter as well, where you're running through a train and shooting people on that one. That looks like it could be pretty decent as well. Banging soundtrack. And just literally running through killing people. Basically, that looks pretty fun.
So keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, there was another one on there, which for me, these are the sort of games I play, because I play cutesy games because I'm scared of horrors. But there's a game called The Cult of the Lamb, which looks like Swords of Ditto. So a cute looking game, but you're a cult. There's lots of lines crossed in it as well. You get to do sword fights, build your village. There's a little cute bit at the start where he saves his pig's life and brings him back to his cult. And then he meets these little villagers, and he's all happy to see them, and they're burying a dead body, like in a cute little way, you know, how cute it is with death and everything. But it looks like actually it's going to be really, really fun. So that's like a one that I'll pick up. And there's also one
demo for that on Steam right now.
Yes, on Steam. You can wishlist it and play the demo right now. And also the Plucky Squire, which is another one that I picked up, that looks insanely good.
The art style of that looks incredible.
It looks
beautiful.
And to be on the premise of it, it's like you can it starts off with a 2D sort of game adventure, and it goes 3D, and you can come out, and it looks like you can pop in and out of objects to make it between a 2D and a 3D game.
And like that Zelda where you paint the wall and you jump onto the wall.
Yeah, there's or like Fez. Fez was the same. You could go 2D and 3D.
It looks really clever, and it looks bright and colourful, so a lot of people will probably fall for it like me, because it looks kind of cutesy, and there was even like a little battle bit in it where you could see him like pretending he was really strong, and he was actually boxing this massive monster, which took away from the sword fighting element of it. But it looks like it's going to be a really clever game, and again, you can wishlist that on Steam as well right now, and when it drops, you can probably pick it up.
I was just having a look on Wiki, going back to Randy. Apparently it got sold in 2019.
Yeah.
The Gearbox Entertainment Company was acquired by Embracer Group in 2021, and incorporated into the top level divisions of Embracer. Following the completion of the acquisition and the creating of Gearbox Studios, Pitchford left Gearbox Software to become president and CEO of the Gearbox Entertainment Company and Gearbox Studios.
It's because one of the things that Gearbox want to do is exactly what Sony want to do, and part of the reason why Bungie was bought by Sony is they have seen that video games make a load of money, but so do TV shows, and so do films, and so do other things. Like, it's diversify out. And so the idea is that by being bought by Embracer have a lot of money behind them. They also have links to other industries, so there's a high likelihood that we're going to start getting, in a couple of years at least, it's going to take a while for it to come to fruition, but we're probably going to start getting like some Borderlands cartoons, likely, and some other bits, and there's a flying bug and I want to murder it. Fuck off, please. It's gone. It's gone.
Any of the games that we've sort of mentioned, or any of the ones that have taken our interest, we'll probably put in a list on the Discord if anyone wants to check them out, because there are a shit ton of them, and
There's been a lot of announcements.
Yeah, it has been a really, really good couple of days for announcing games.
Yeah, it's like E3 as an event may not exist, but E3 season is where we are right now.
Yeah. So, and yeah, they're doing it fantastically. I mean, E3 has not been what it was for a long, long time. So, and yeah, I mean, let's face it, Sony have been doing their own thing, Nintendo have been doing their own thing, and E3 hadn't been... Yeah, Microsoft had as well. I mean, E3 hadn't been giving the smaller companies and the smaller games any airtime at all. It was always FIFA, Madden, the big new IPs if they came out from the big companies. It was always the big games, and some of these smaller indie ones are looking really interesting. And I know someone in the comments went another indie game earlier. Yeah, because indie games, that's where it's interesting, because you don't know what you're quite going to get. I mean,
I saw some comments on the Reddit thread going through the Xbox showcase. And there were a lot of comments that were like, why are they showing all these stupid indie games and AA games? Where are the... And a lot of it was, look at what Sony produced. They give you single-player story-driven things. It's like, okay, cool. That's not what everyone wants to play, though.
No.
Like, people play a lot of different games, and not everybody wants to play third-person action game that's really good with a single player, third-person single-player action game with an awesome story.
Which is basically me. I don't want to play that.
That is Sony's expertise. If you want to play a third-person action game with a brilliant story that plays amazing, with amazing production values, Sony are your people. That's what they do. But if you want to go outside of that, then you've got to look at other developers and other publishers.
Yeah.
So it's not over yet either.
No, there is more to go.
Probably in about 10 minutes, the PC gaming show starts. On the 13th, you've got the Capcom showcase, showing off all the stuff that they've already shown, but in better. Like the things that we haven't mentioned, the Resident Evil 4 remake, the VR version of that, the fact that Resi Village is going into VR on PSVR 2.
As long as they
Street Fighter.
As long as they give us an option to turn off Ashley in the remake of Resident Evil 4, I'll be happy.
I think she'll be better, to be honest.
But she can't be any freaking
There's no way she can be any better, because she's part of the story
Leon.
and she's rubbish.
Hey, Leon!
Leon!
Honestly, like... The same team who made the Resi 2 remake are making the Resi 4 remake. And they made a really fucking solid Resident Evil game there. That was highly, highly enjoable and evolved.
But they didn't have to deal with
one.
Ashley, though. That's the thing.
No. Instead, we had Child, or we had Ada Wong, both of which are just as annoying.
No. They were annoying. They weren't an Ashley level annoying. I mean, it's the only Resident Evil game that I basically turned the sound off. In case of, nope, I've had enough of this. Nope. Go away, you horrible little child. Go away. If I was listening to a whinging child, I'd be spending time with my children, not playing video games. So, there you go. So yeah, should we wrap it up? Because yeah, well, obviously we're running late.
We'll speedrun the Xbox showcase a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
Because we haven't. There are a lot of games. So it kicked off with Redfall, which is Back for Blood but vampires. But it's made by Arcane, the guys who made Dishonored, and I think it's actually the main Arcane studio as well. So it is the guys who made the Dishonored games. That looks incredible amounts of fun. I'm really excited for that. That looks cool. High on Life, which Justin Roiland has helped to make a video game and voices one of the guns in that game. I didn't quite understand what the fuck the trailer was.
But there was a
basically-
talking knife that
Talking
screamed.
gun.
Yes, and the
Yes.
knife as well. The knife.
It was
where
like,
it's just
stab
I need you
him,
to stab
stab
people.
him,
Stab
stab
people with it. Yes, stab more. It's fucking ludicrous. That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
New Forza got announced. The motorsport game is out next year, early next year.
Yeah, not to be confused with Horizon. This is the new Forza Motorsport game.
This is the track.
This is the proper Forza.
This is
Horizon's getting Hot
more.
Wheels.
This is the more simulation
Yes.
than arcade one. So not full simulation, but this is like the Gran Turismo level simulation. I'm really looking forward to that, and holy shit, it looks beautiful.
Proper Forza
mad.
games always have looked beautiful for that time.
Yeah.
They always
And
have.
and Horizon's first expansion is coming out, and it's Hot Wheels.
Of course it is. Of
I
course
cannot
it is.
wait. It's going to be
Hot Wheels
epic.
leading the way.
There was the Hot Wheels expansion for Horizon 3, and that was brilliant. But Horizon 5 has a thing where you can now create your own races, but you get to like put all sorts of props in and stuff. And so people have built some really mad races. Now you have access to Hot Wheel Track to create your own custom Hot Wheels tracks. For, like, I'm going to bomb a Lamborghini Diablo around a Hot Wheels track because I can.
I got slightly confused earlier because I saw it on chat because I was watching it, and I was confused because all I saw you type in was Horizon's first DLC was Hot Wheels, and I was like, "What? Horizon is in
No,
Horizon Forbidden West?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"What's that got to do with flipping Hot Wheels?" I was just imagining like
Everything.
these
Yeah,
like robot things with like Hot Wheels cars wheels or something.
There was the
Mash it up with
40th
Transformers.
anniversary update for Flight Simulator. There's new planes, new locations, and the Halo Pelican is available and
Wow.
can fly out to space.
Okay, I
Which
might,
is what
I might
one
have
he's
to
doing straight
reinstall. I
after.
might have to reinstall it.
Oh, fuck that, cloud gaming.
True.
I ain't installing shit. It's like fucking 100 odd gigabytes.
That's very
Oh,
true.
And that's
to that.
before you've even opened up the game, and it gives you another
Yeah.
100 gigabytes to install.
What else was
anything
there?
else worth mentioning?
Expansion for Fallout 76.
Wow, I said worth
Storm,
mentioning.
which is the HR Geiger game, so shooting around with dicks and vaginas.
Basically, yeah.
Minecraft Legends, which looks like a
Minecraft. It looks like Minecraft.
Yeah.
No,
Moving on.
it looks like Brutal Legend, the Minecraft
Yes!
game. It
Glad
looks
you got that.
it looks so
it
much
looks
like
to
the way
me
Brutal
like
Legend plays.
It looks like a Dynasty Warriors game, but with Minecraft.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Brutal Legend?
I played
No.
the shit out of that game.
Yeah. So it was an RTS, but you were one of the characters on the battlefield essentially, and you had to build up your base things while creating units and attacking their base at the same time. And that's what this looks like. And the moment I saw the battle in, I was like, "Oh, I'm actually interested in this," because
Yeah.
Brutal Legend is wonderful.
Yeah, the thing that Brutal Legend suffers from is it starts off as like an action game, like a third-person action fighting game with very light RTS elements.
Yeah.
And then as the game goes on, the RTS stuff gets introduced more and more. But because you get so used to fighting it out as an action game, you then have to adjust your entire playstyle to the RTS. And if you fail to do that, the game sucks.
a bit like the Kingdom Under Fire's old games, the first two, Crusade and other things. That was brilliant. The fact that you could just sit back there and play it as an RTS, or it's okay. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take control of you and actually go into the battle, which you had to do sometimes. Otherwise, you're going to get your ass kicked. You could suddenly just that unit's struggling. Right, I'm going to become them. Hack and slash Dynasty Warrior style. And just annihilate everything and then go back out. Yeah, I enjoyed them.
And Brutal Legend, just as a game anyway, it's a love letter to heavy metal.
Oh god, yeah! It's one of the best soundtrack and the best. Not only the best soundtracks, the best implemented soundtrack I've seen in a game.
Yeah, because it's the first song that plays when you're going through is "Children of the Grave." And so you get to that first section, and all there is the bass line. You're just doing some stuff, and it's and it holds on to that for ages while you're doing shit. And as you move through the opening section, it just adds in the next section. And then you like, if you haven't realised it's Children of the Grave by that point, it's like, oh shit, man, it's Children of the Grave. This is fantastic.
It's the fighting in the Winter Wonderland to Her Ghost in the Fog by Cradle of Filth.
Yeah.
And again, it's that build as the battle. I hate Cradle of Filth. That song made me fall in love with that band for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Just because of the way it's implemented into that level. You
Yeah,
like
and
Ark,
it's a
Gorilla,
whole-
you
it's a whole
have
thing.
no taste.
It's a whole thing with Brutal Legends as well. That there are different factions in the
He's
game.
going to boot you out.
So
I am going to
the
get booted.
the first faction you fight up against are the hair metal people, and the lead general of the hair metal people is voiced by Rob
no, what's he
Halford.
done?
He's broken it now.
Oh, he's breaking the stream.
Nope,
But yeah,
I've decided not
yeah.
to.
So like the lead of the hair metal people is voiced by Rob Halford.
He's
But,
getting called back
in
to
his
hell anyway.
falsetto tone, and it's brilliant. So like when you are fighting them, it's hair metal tracks. So it's all that kind of stuff, and then you move on and you fight Lord Diviculus, and he's over the top, ridiculous fucking demon stuff. And so it's a complete change of music, and also voiced by Tim Curry, which is brilliant.
This is why our streams never go to plan, because we
Yeah.
find a topic and we diverge so far
Yeah,
off.
but yeah,
onto
so
that. It's worth it though, because it's a good game.
It is.
But this is why we go over like
if
2
you
hours
like
every time.
metal, if you like heavy metal at all, give Brutal Legend a go. It's so brilliant. Ozzy is a character in the game. He's the Lord of Metal, I think. Lemmy is a character in the game, and this is the thing: is like they have another name, but it's Lemmy. It is Lemmy, voiced by Lemmy. And
Ozzy, voiced by Ozzy as well.
yeah, and then you beat the Rob Halford character that leads the hair metal, and in the very next section, you meet Rob Halford, and it's straight up Rob Halford. Whereas when he's voicing the general, he puts on a bit of an American accent. When you meet him as Rob Halford, it's full on Rob Halford, full on that West Midlands thick as shit accent. It's mad and brilliant.
Right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
yeah.
right.
They did a whole big thing for Starfield. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm never paying attention to that game.
I would give it a watch. We'll discuss it probably a bit more another time. But it looks like Fallout in space, but good.
Yeah, I'll pay attention.
I wasn't a big fan of Fallout.
I'll pay attention to it when it gets closer to the time.
Yeah, it was meant to be this year, which makes sense with the whole big 10-minute. It's like 10 minutes of talk.
Yeah.
But it's out next year, so we're going to get more information as it goes on.
Yeah. So, right. Ghostly Runny, before you get called back to hell, because it looks like you're losing your connection to this world, what are you doing this week?
I am finishing fucking what
Lost
you call
Hope.
it,
Little Hope.
Little Hope, and then jumping straight into A House of Ashes because I like scary games.
And
Yeah.
and it keeps Kingsy out of your stream.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. He comes in and then sulks that I'm playing a scary game, and then watches it anyway.
Yeah, you wasn't there for a long time because we were actually commenting. It's strange Kingsy's not here. And
If it was Wednesday night, I am playing football.
it might have been Wednesday night. It might have been.
The Monday and Thursday.
Monday last week, I had other plans. Thursday, I came into your stream at the end.
Funny, I had other plans when I started a new horror game that you knew about. Had I not mentioned what I was playing, would you have been there?
No.
Right.
Fuck you.
Kingsy, what are your plans for this week?
Since I haven't played for a while, it's one of the things where I was going to go back to playing Maze in Australia, but I'm actually kind of excited about all the games I've watched. So I'm planning on doing a review stream. I'm just watching through the clips that I like and picking out the ones I like the most, probably on Tuesday night.
Cool.
Just to pick out the games I think were the best that I found and just to discuss those ones live on stream. Whether anyone turns up or not, I don't give a fuck. It's just going to be me babbling on about how much I love Silksong for the first 20 minutes and then playing the rest of the clips afterwards. And then I'll probably play some Mazes in Australia, followed by Ori and the Blind Forest, because I've been told I have to play it by both Ronnie and Bunny.
Yeah.
So I have to play it.
Bunny, what are your plans?
Probably more Battlefield, because I'm having a lot of fun with it. Other than that, likely going to be playing more Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon. I think I've still got to do a few bits and pieces to get the second car for this week, but I'm enjoying that. And Dead Space. I've getting sound alerts set up, and I'm just going to start rinsing through those. Most nights I'm probably not going to start streaming till like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Tends to be when I start. Same as I did Friday and Saturday. I sort of started at 10 and ran through past midnight. So they're very, very late night streams, but it means I've all got a bit of time to sort of do family bits and spend some time with my wife, which she appreciates. And as
far as you know.
Well, it gives us time after the kids have gone to bed to watch TV shows that they are not allowed to watch.
Why are they not allowed to watch The Boys?
They get in trouble with the school teachers.
Again.
Oh, I can see that picture right now, Ronnie, can't you? You know what I'm referring to there. So yeah. Anything else you're going to be playing? Or is it going to be
no, I need to finish setting up the sound alerts. I did find some quite good sounds. I've got it's like a music and sound effects library I got off the Humble Bundle that's still currently available. As I slowly continue to collect content for game development that I might start at some point before I die.
Well, I will be streaming this week as long as I can fix everything that's got broken with OBS, which I'm going to be doing all day tomorrow. Thank you, Jackson, you little git. I will yeet you at some point in your life, I guarantee you.
Save these things for his 18th birthday when you can ruin his life in front of the entire family and his partner at the time.
Like I said, wife, he's going to be married at 18 straight away.
That's why I changed it to partner.
I'm going to be doing some more Horizon Zero Dawn. I should be starting
Finish South Park.
I have South Park got uninstalled. I have reinstalled it because there was a problem with it. And yes, don't worry, the save file is still intact. So because I was pretty sure that it would be intact, but I just double checked and yes, it is. So I will finish that just so you can shut the hell up. And possibly playing some Man-Eater because, well, I like being a shark and eating things. It's fun. So, plus also...
If you work hard.
Sorry?
Exactly. That's all that's now stuck in my fucking head.
What's stuck in your head?
Man-Eater.
Well, it's okay. I'll play Baby Shark while I'm playing it.
Make that sound alert when you're playing it. That would be amazing.
I do have it. I just got to remember to turn it back on. So yeah. No, that's what I'm going to be doing. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You now know what we're doing for the next week/2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks. What date will it actually be in 2 weeks? Because that would really help if I knew that. It'll be the 26th.
Oh, it's the 26th. I know that because I'm going to do Airsoft on the same day.
Yes, so and you and Airsoft doesn't normally go very well. You normally end up in.
So
to be fair, it's the CQB site, so there's no exactly zero chance I get shot by a sniper.
I may or may not be here.
Okay.
I have my 24-hour race on the 25th and 26th. It finishes at midday, but I may literally fall asleep as soon as I get home and not be able to be woken up ever again.
At the weekend of SunnyCon?
It is, yeah.
Right.
If that
be here as well. We'll discuss this after stream. We'll sort it out.
See, this is why Bunny made a lovely little calendar for us to all put in when we're not here.
I haven't seen the calendar.
I didn't realise I wouldn't be there until yesterday.
I haven't seen the calendar.
Monkey is on standby then. We might have to draft someone else.
You're not on standby. You're in.
Might just be Monkey. Like literally, it may just be Monkey by himself. Be like.
No,
podcaster.
I will be around.
I plan to be home from Airsoft. I plan to leave that site at like 4:30, and it's
this will be great.
Drive,
it'll be you'll have Gorilla, Monkey, and Bunny on stream, and we can call it the Animal Stream.
That's fair enough.
Right, let's wrap it up, boys.
Yep.
Right. Let's go see who is on. We as Bambi says, are you still trying to kill that thing?
It's come back.
Or he's just losing the plot. Bambi is playing... not Bambi. Bambi has said Bear is playing Phasma, and he did say hello earlier, so we're going to go raid him, because I can't be asked to find anyone else.
No, you didn't come into chat and say hello. You can get lost.
Yeah, I know, but still. Yeah, thank you, everyone. The audio version of this should be up on Wednesday, so it'll be wherever the hell I've put it, because I need to still sort a bit of that out. It will be up also on YouTube on Wednesday, so yeah, go check that out. And yeah, go follow any of us and do whatever the hell you like. So thank you, everyone, and yeah, bye-bye.
Fuck off. Fuck.
Have
Sorry.
a nice.
Did you just tell everyone to fuck off, Bunny?
He just said everyone. He went, "Fuck off, bug."
I don't know.
Fucking
Yeah,
prawns.
afterlife.
Bye-bye.